It is too dangerous for you to come to this building to work. Thanks, Newsom. All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe. You know I would do it for you, and let's party. So I'm sure you guys have seen the organized shoplifting that went down at Nordstrom in California this week. It was really crazy, but what I want to share with you guys is they were talking about it on the PBD podcast, and they had some very, very interesting takes as to what this means for the larger society. So let's dive right in.
Supermarket, Topanga Mall, where $300,000 of supplies was stolen from this place, which our office was at Warner Center Marriott across the street from Topanga Mall. This is the mall I would go to. My shopper who would pick out my clothes worked at Topanga Mall. She would pick my clothes. I would go there and I would buy this stuff. This is the mall. Play this clip. Check.
Humble flex. My personal shopper.
Check this out. Watch this.
I'm sure you guys have seen this. If not,
$300,000.
50 people.
California policies.
Let's go, Cali. This is insane. Yep.
Well, each one. Look at the guy over there doesn't know what to do. He's like, should I take a shirt or should I run?
Yeah.
Take a shirt. They're not gonna arrest you for it. You may as well.
Look
Why
at that
not?
expensive bag that's wired. That's got the anti-theft wiring to the shelves.
whole
He's
rack.
just going to take the shelves with him.
Take the whole rack. What does it matter?
Okay, pause it. Now, that's California, right? Let me.
And so if you haven't seen that, like, yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Not only are they setting fire to buildings, but now they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger groups of people to just go and flash mob so that there is nothing that can be done. Even if there was a cop there, what would the cop do?
Let me tell you how stupid these policies are. Stay with me here, folks. Crime is so out of control that, you ready? That employees are instructed not to drive to work.
Not to drive to work. I thought he was going to say employees are instructed not to try to stop them. That was a thing from when I was working in retail 15 years ago. Not to drive to work?
Can you please pull this article up, Rob? They're instructed not to drive to work. What the hell do you mean they're instructed not to drive to work? Well, because it's not safe for their employees. Who the hell says stuff like this? Are we living in a third world country? Representative Kevin Kiley, California, highlights San Francisco rampant crime due to failed policies, radical politics, and public corruption, revealing that federal building employees were told to stay home due to the conditions around the building, according to a Department of Health and Human Services memo. Major businesses, including Whole Foods, Nordstrom's, T-Mobile, Saks, and Anthropology, have left San Francisco due to rising crimes, causing what Kelly describes as a total collapse in the city. Homicides, robberies, vehicle thefts have surged, leading to a population drop of 70,000 people from 2019 to 2022. The exodus from San Francisco has resulted in crime affecting affluent areas with rampant larcenies, drug crimes comparable to the 80s, and a lack of police visibility.
So wait, are they saying don't come to work? Or just don't bring your car to work because they're gonna, whatever. They're gonna break into it.
Bad policies have consequences.
Yep.
And now people are paying the price for it. Tom.
I'm going to read one paragraph quick. In the memo, Health and Human Services advise workers to maximize the use of telework for the foreseeable future because of the conditions around 18-story building that houses various federal agencies, including Health, Human Services, and Department of Labor and Transportation.
So yeah, they're straight up saying, don't come to work. It is too dangerous for you to come to this building to work. Thanks, Newsom.
So the people that caused it are now trapped outside their castles.
Yep.
The people that caused it are now like, hey, y'all stay away from the castle here. It ain't safe. This blows me away. This is not government coming in there and saying, hey, you got a really bad situation here. We got to protect our people. Get away from the embassy that's in this city because there's things going on here. So stay away from the embassy. This is not the government saying that. This is the freaking government saying we want our people to stay away from our buildings because after our policies created this mess, but they don't want to own it and take the accountability for fixing it.
So yeah, it's one thing if you're like an embassy in a foreign country where a war-torn country, and it's like, all right, stay away from that. They're doing whatever. So say this is just in San Francisco. At what point? At what point are we going to say this isn't working? This not just this policy or that policy, but the entire ideology that has brought us here is not working. When are we going to make a change?
Shocking to me. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, I read an article, Rob, where you have to look it up, Rob. It's all good. They told Nancy Pelosi, like, don't come to this federal building because it's basically getting overrun. I saw the outside area, Tom. It's just all junkies, crackheads, everybody's outside. But then think about it, Tom. She can't go home because when she is home or when she's not there, there's a butt naked guy that's running in there and trying to, have coffee with her husband.
Because
But I can imagine that. I'm saying, Pelosi, just I don't want to, go near the federal building because all these policies are exactly what people told us they exactly would be.
That's a normal Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday in the Pelosi house.
because there's a musician in her driveway saying it's hammer time.
I'll tell you what. This is why I love Florida. Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you something, buddy. We've been talking about Snow White and all the Disney stuff, and I'm going to use a little Three Bears analogy.
All right.
You go too far left, you end up in San Francisco, crime-ridden ridiculousness. You go too far right, you're out in West Virginia, super far right. All that stuff.
I mean, after watching that, does West Virginia seem that bad? What's so bad about West Virginia?
In Florida, welcome to purple Florida. Sometimes we're a little more red these days. Sometimes we got a little more blue. All good, but it's normal and it's free, and there's not nonsense going on from super woke left or super alt right, and that's why I love Florida.
But can you imagine?
Okay, but realistically, what is happening from the far right? How are people in West Virginia or in Florida or anywhere else being affected to anywhere near the same degree of these 50-person organized shoplifting spree? You think that's the last time it's going to happen? No. You think that's the biggest it's ever going to be? You think that wild success on their part is going to lead them to be like, well, we had a good run. Let's just stop while we're ahead. Of course not.
Just really fast, but this is from that stupid defund the police. And then why would you as a governor say, you know what? Under $1,000, $908.98, we're not going to even stop you. And if you work in the business, you can't stop the person, or you're going to be the one that gets.
This is not going to work.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying that I thought PBD was going and going to be like, and they're telling the employees not to try to stop this. Now, okay, when there's 50 people, it makes sense for a company not to want to have the liability of their employee trying to take on 50 people. But when it's one person who stuffs a shirt in their thing and it's like, excuse me, you're not supposed to take this. Who gets the responsibility then? Y'all saw the video of Base Stickman 2.0, where he was at the gas station or 7-Eleven or whatever it was, and dude just rolled in with a full-size garbage pail and just rolls it behind the counter and is taking everything, and there's somebody filming like, oh, there's nothing you can do, man. There's nothing you can do. Just wait for the police. There's nothing you can do. And the dude pulls out a knife, and then they go in for it. And it was a moment of like just vindication. The good guys are for once the guys who are just trying to live, the guys who are not trying to disrupt society. Those guys are doing well for once. So definitely go check out the rest of the clip and the podcast. Shout out to PBD. But let me know what you guys think about this. I don't see how this is going to get any better. I don't see a path for this to get any better in these blue cities and states. What can be done? Help me out, because I have no idea. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Once again, I have been your host, Lutch, a.k.a. the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, I am out of here. Peace.